Hey, what do you think of GJ? Looks good. Oh, yeah, let's gonna look for that. Let me just make sure that I have this set up correctly. Um, are we live? Should we should be live, right? Let me make sure. And I think we are. Yes. Um, Let me confirm here. I don't see the notification on this thing. Why is this not? Oh, it is live? Oh, yeah. Okay. Let me see if I hear. There we go. Okay, okay. So yeah. But this is not just by the way sales from here. It's don't take it like this. Kind of wait for something better. So let me tell you. So today I'm biased towards buys with gold. Just so you know, even though I sold, I'm biased towards buys. Let me share the whole reasoning why. And let me also share. Wait, give me 1 second. This should be okay. And there we go. Okay, let me tell you why I am. Hey Joel, if you were looking to wait, let me put this here. By the way, I was saying on the stream that I actually lost an idea. This one. Um, I just want this. I just want this trade from here to here right now. Literally bought here. I mean sold here. Stop loss was right at there. You see left, and I just closed here. It was 60 pips, 60 something. Yeah, right here. But now it's news, right? We have to wait for the news. Let's see what's going on here. What were you, if you were looking to buy, what would you look and go? I'm gonna go for that right now. GJ literally moved, made 10%. Nice, Coco. Good, great job. What were you looking for? Oh, you were looking for the buys, buy, right? Buy entry above here. Yeah, it was quite easy actually, all the way up to here, right? But this is, oh, look at that 4 hour candle. Hmm. Oh, wow. Nice. Okay. So this is not good. And this is going up. Makes sense. Even on the higher time frame, if you took that one, look at this massive bullish 4 hour candle here. Look at this. So yeah, if you took those buys, well done. So let's go for the what was I saying? I don't know why the chat is hiding. Is there a way to pin this? Hey, good morning, Camilo. There's no way to pin this. This is weird. Maybe should I? I don't know why it's hiding every time. So maybe I could do this and just hide this. And maybe that's better. Anyways. Yeah, but I don't want to look at GJ. I want to look at gold. Gold should be easier. I mean, no, GJ is quite easy right now. Cannot say no. Okay, so the reason why I would be looking mostly for buys, even though we had that little rejection that I just pretty much sold. Uh, Fundamentally, this is bad, right? This is bad for the dollar. Should be good for gold. Now, technically, because I really don't know much about fundamentals, okay? I'm purely technical. Technically, I have a level that I can actually show you from here, really important level that I can show you from all the way from here. Look left. So if you look left, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove all of this, remove all of this, remove all of this, and I will show you this. If you look left, this is a structure on the daily. This is a structure on the daily. This, and this, all of this are rejections on the daily, and you have this limit all the way up here. So this is the zone. Now, when you look left, you notice that if price ever were to break above this zone at any point, typically within the next 2 days, you break up, right? Or you break above. We do have a retest of a major trend line, so that's something I actually respect. I typically don't respect too much like trend line last kisses and retests, which is this is one of those. But this type of trend line retest, I actually respect because this one is made on the weekly level and the daily. And when I see them happening like this, they typically have a lot of strength. It's just my experience, you know. You don't have to go by it. You can actually back test. So we actually had a tap here. That's the only thing that makes me be a little bit hesitant. Now, if I have to go by zones, I would just say if I had to go and take a guess based on technicals and say by the zone, what do I expect? This is what I expect. I expect now price to maybe there's a high chance that we actually see. This is the wait. Let me see the daily. There's a nice chance that we actually see a. This just closed up. Yeah, a visit to what was this? Maybe this was news. Yeah, most likely this was news too. So we might see a visit down to 1822. Now, 1822 has to hold for this to continue going up for the rest of the day and between today and tomorrow. So this level here has to hold a lot. Like this is major. This one has to hold here. Hey, I think we close bullish on 15 minutes. I think it will retest the high. 35 opinion, please. Yeah. At this point, I'm just waiting for the 4-hour candle to close. To be honest, because if we look at the 4-hour, we do have a level on the 4-hour. Based on the higher time frame, there's something cool about this thing here. Let me do this here. Dun, 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 dun. Here. So anything that closes above 1832.350 with the 4-hour candle, if I don't think price is gonna be so nice to give us that price, but if it happens, it's like 90% chance we're gonna go up today. I don't think price is gonna give us that, so that like that easy. It's most likely it's gonna close below that, but still, I'm just saying. This is a nice level here. I think this is the 4 hours. There you go. Okay, so this is it. So in the end, it's 1822 flat, very much. Okay, so yeah, that's the level that I'm looking for to hold. So this has to hold today, right? So anything that forms a support above here should be a good opportunity to buy. Now, there's a trick to all of this, which is what I'm looking for and which is what I'm pending for. Oh, and this, and then we have this all the way up here. Major zone here. It's not major, it's minor, but it still has relevance. So, Harris, yes, I think we should go bullish and push again above this. especially because today we just had, because this week happened before the news. So this is what I call the intentional week. When I have that intentional week, the only thing holding me back a little bit is this retest. But the good thing about the retest is that it can go all the way up to this level at 1843 before it finalizes the rejection. So what that means is that yes, buys are still valid to today. um, I'm still biased towards buys. Yesterday I was biased towards sales below here, and actually I did this yesterday live on. I was streaming, but it was Spanish, Spanglish. Kind of spoke both languages. I actually sold this tip here, and I closed here, and I bought this, closed here. So yesterday I pretty much won two trades, and man, because I was able to grab the limit. I'm doing something that I didn't used to do a lot in live streaming, which is grabbing the limits, and that's allowing me to place stop loss to break even really fast. But you have to also know how to grab the limits. It's not something you have to backtest before you do. So let's do a simple chart analysis here. You have the 4 hour here support. You can do this, and now you have the real one here. So this is the major support zone for the 4 hour, even though the body closed here. So we have a minor support here. We have a major one here because the structure was rejected here. Now you have another one up here. I think today this is the target. No, this is not the target. Oh, this might be the target today, but I think it's more like around here today.
Are you saying 4 hour or daily?
Oh, this is daily. You're right.
Right.
Oh, thank you. And this is major daily. This is rejection of structure. Okay, this is better. So we do have a nice. Thank you. Who was that?
No.
Thank you, man. Yeah, you're right. And this is a, so that means 4 hours should have a level here. Yeah, okay, there you go. So we do have this and this, and oh, we see, so we're rejecting this a little bit in here, and now, but we we just trespassed this, okay? So here is where we had the limit of this, and this closed above. This is a 4 hour, and this just tapped into it, pushed up. So now we are, and we have this here. So all of this is just 4 hours. Let's go to the 30 minutes for scalping. So now we have this little mess here. So what we can do is we do have here a zone, and we do have here, oh, and look at this. We just tapped into it. We're flipping. So what I'm gonna do is anything that closes above here should be a good continuation, because today I'm biased towards buying this thing. So next level should be around here. Next level should be around here. Next level should be around here. Now what I want to find out is if I hold, how long, for how long should I be holding? That should be given with the 4 hour and the daily. And yes, so this is, oh, this is what I said, this is 1845. No, I didn't say 1845, I said 1840. So that means 1840 is a safer level if you wanna take a trade and you wanna take profits. This should be take TP1, and this should be, and the runner should be all the way down up to the daily, to like the 50s actually. So you can actually do this, go to the closure of the 4 hour for the daily zone, and you have 1850, which is a key level anyways. So there you go. So that's how you kind of figure out how, for how long should you be holding. You think if 15-minute closes bullish, a good indicator to buy? I'm waiting for the closure now, and I don't think But you know what? This from here most likely will revisit this and continue pushing up here. I just closed. Yes, so this from here, there's a high probability. Now the 4 hour, let me see how is it looking. It would make sense now. It would tap like into this area here and maybe reject and leave a wick. Look at this 1 hour. Nice rejection. Look, this is exactly where I TP'd the sell from here. And look, I literally closed at the rejection level. Yeah, this was a nice place to buy. I missed it because I was already closing up. Oh, I'm sorry, because I know many of you take entries based on the 30-minute closing looking one way. It's just I just came back to my old strategy of buying limits. So, uh, but you really have to be aware. I wouldn't do this just because this was during the news. So now I figured that that's why maybe I didn't do it. But typically, I like to buy it where I see price could reject or wait for 5 minute confirmations before I go for it. And that's what I've been doing the last 3 weeks. And I've been, like I said, I have been having like the best profits of my whole year just by buying the zones instead of waiting for like a, short-lived maybe 10 pips. I'm taking 10 pips too. Yesterday I did it. Is there any fundamental reason for gold to keep going down? I thought the USD bullishness was about finished last week. So you see, fundamentals are not my strong suit, but if I had to guess, fundamental reason for gold to keep going down. Well, my one thing is gold is actually coming up, right? So since this day, we not only coming up, even though the daily is bearish. Look at the daily. Daily is still bearish. See, previous high. This is the new low. So now we have all of this to go up. Like we could actually reject from here. We could. I don't think we're gonna just reject from here anymore. I think we're gonna go up today. There's like in my head, there's like 80% probabilities as we close above this zone here on the 4 hour that we today see 18. Yeah, 1840. Between today and tomorrow, we should. There's like a really high probability we see 1840, and that's most actually this like 1841. We are correcting. So we are on a bearish trend, but we are correcting that bearish move on the daily. So for this to correct a bearish structure, we have to go up. So the 4 hour you noticed is just bullish. You see, 4 hour is officially bullish. Previous high, look, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Now came back here, which is why I sold here, by the way. Was able to actually make profits because I literally sold this, but based on the maybe double top, but this didn't happen. So what I did is close here. Look, next push, that was between yesterday and today. Oh, it was here. I'm sorry, it was here. But here, it's, I was actually expecting a double top. So it didn't reject, came all the way up here, and now we close. We actually broke above slightly the zone limit, like I said. So zone limit to me is this. When I look left and I go with weak levels in the next 15 minutes after this, the top week I'm entering. Okay, oh, nice. There's a weak limit. You see this? All of this? All of these structures on the daily rejected exactly from that point, 1834. And the only day that it didn't, that it actually broke a little bit above, was this day. As you can see, it actually came all the way down here to continue going up. So that's what I mean, that maybe gold has the intention between today and tomorrow to maybe continue going up all the way up here. So we might see a pullback all the way down here today. And to be honest, I'm mostly still bearish. I'm I'm mostly still bearish on the higher time frame, but I have to go with the, if I'm intraday, if you're an intraday trader, you have to go kind of like with the 4 hour structure as much as you can. My best, where I would feel the best to take a trade like I did last week, it would be if daily is bearish and 4 hour is bearish. Then you don't have any you don't have like guesswork. Um, This is a good setup. If 15, but like I said, I think 15 maybe is gonna visit up here. Oh, look, that's what I was saying. Yeah, 15 I think is gonna come and visit up here. But this closure on the 15 is actually pointing towards buy. So this should be easy. As this closes, that's the visit. And we could push a little bit up actually higher. But this is the weak level that I brought from the past. So that's the least that I would expect it visit. Maybe it comes all the way up here and closes here. Any closure below here should point towards a 30-minute bullish like hammer with a wick up. And the 1 hour would look like this, which is a weird 1 hour. So yeah, it's not a bad idea to buy this. Um, what I would do is I would wait for a retracement as we close. So we close this maybe around here, whatever, and leave this little wick. We should be able to buy here, and this is, yeah, it's 9. Oh, and then there's another thing also that I wanted to check, which is this thing here was, so yeah, this was London, this was New York, and this rejected during Asia. This is London, right? Yeah, London, New York. So we will keep, we just keep pushing through levels with volume sessions. So we have a chance here that we actually, we have a resistance. Yeah, we have a resistance here, but 1836. But yeah, you see that resistance here. Yeah, that resistance here. If we're gonna continue pushing up, it's not gonna hold for too long because that's a small resistance. London open range, yeah, and New York pushed, so NYC will continue a trend. Yeah, and listen, we really shouldn't be guessing. Like we should just go with the trend. So this is what I always say. We don't really have to be predicting. We only have to react. And that said, this is a probabilities based game, and we really don't have to, like, if we lose. That's why I started this stream saying I actually lost. Like I started the day with a loss, and then I had a win, and because losing is part of the game. So whatever closes here, to be honest, like even this from here to here would have been like a good setup to buy from here to here, just because I was expecting this visit up to here again. But now we have the closure happening in 4 minutes. We just have to wait for that closure. Price is gonna give us the setup. So we just have to look left. We just have to continue with the trend. So if I lose going with the trend, I lost, like it was a good loss. Now if I lose and I'm not following my plan, I'm going against the trend, but it didn't make sense because sometimes you go against the trend, but you go emotionally. You shouldn't go against the trend, period, right? But unless you know how to counter trend. Are you taking buys if it's a good setup? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for it. I'm just a little bit worried. I'm not gonna lie about the, but I shouldn't be that worried about it because the structure is there. But I am a little bit, just a little bit, like I didn't feel like this, but I'm gonna go with the trend. But I just feel a little bit worried about this. It's just that the trend lines on the daily and weekly, people don't look at them too much because they're on the daily and the weekly. I do, and they actually look like when they come to those levels, price moves a lot. Look, boom, boom, boom. Look, this is the last one. All of this. We came here, broke below. This is a retap, which would actually, I don't know, it would actually prompt price technically if we actually reject this to drop harder. And yeah, it's just that's the only thing that's like I would actually prefer to wait for if like I don't know 9:30 10 a.m. 9:45 NYSC. I would actually, hey Maria, how's it going? Oh, great. Yeah, vacation was great. Yeah, I was saying I would actually made one of my best weeks just vacationing, waking up like 9:20, looking at the charts. By 9:20, by 9:45, typically it's just the trend is already declared, so you just have to execute. And yeah, oh nice. So everybody was on vacations. So yeah, this is the only thing that is about buys until after it breaks the high. Michael. Yeah, it's I'm really concerned about the buys just because of what I'm looking here. This is a major zone. So that's the only thing that is holding me back, but it's a major thing. So I'm not gonna lie, I do consider this a big thing. But also I know that if we're gonna reject the weekly, we could actually go all the way up to the daily, whatever daily I have. I don't know if that's a good daily. I don't know why I have it there. Oh, it is a good daily. So if it could go all the way up there before it actually rejects this zone. That happens too on the weekly. So that's the only thing. Technically, today gold is declaring it's gonna go up. That's the only thing I can say. Look at this closure. Look, the visit that we talked about, closure below here. So now we have to, and the 4 hour is about to close bullish. Look at that. And the closure was not above this week level that I said. And not above this. Oh, did it happen above? Look at this. What did we say? Oh, it actually closed above it, right? Yeah, we're gonna go up. We're most likely gonna have a retracement. But I mean, if I have to go technically, this like I said, this is a probabilities based game. Price never. This line, I drew this line exactly at the closure of the 4 hour in the past. We closed right above it, right? Wasn't it? Yes. Look. So I'm just gonna wait for this to print whatever it wants to print and to see if this is gonna let me go to the other chart. No, actually this is better for me. So I'm gonna wait to see if price is gonna keep respecting what I'm looking at here. And any rejection from here again, looking up, I'm gonna buy it even though this is a major zone. Just because I have to go with the trend. And I don't know if this is coming from somewhere. This is something. There's something going on here. So yeah, this is the ballot one. So there we go. So now we're coming down. news in 15, yeah, but I don't think this news is gonna do much anymore. Biggest news already happened. Um, yeah, this chart is a little bit confusing to people. Maybe this is more in tune with what you're used to. This is just the typical 30-minute drawings. So yeah, I'm biased towards buys. Still, I am. Just gonna wait now for the confirmation. Now the rejection that I'm looking at here, and in the 1 hour too. Look at this. I don't like it if we close below here. Whatever we close below here, there's a really high probability it's gonna drive price down to here, from here to here, and that would be it would be a counter trend based on the 4 hour, but it would actually be a trend trade based on the higher time frame. Now, what I would actually expect for me to feel better selling again would be actually, oh, I like this rejection here. Would be actually a double top. If I see a double top rejection on the 30-minute, that's why I typically 9:45 and 10 is when I was taking trades last week and the previous week before that. And it was so easy because by the time I came to the charts, it was kind of like declared, okay, oh, this is just sell. Oh, this is just buy. And I would just buy and hold. Like I didn't even pay attention. I would just buy, place the stop loss at a logical level, and I wasn't even like managing anything. I was just waiting for price to do whatever it wanted to do. And that's it. On Ovi. Let me check something. Um, this how's GJ doing? I don't like that 15. You see that 15? Um, whenever I see it like this, it drives price to the next zone. But other than that, I'm trying to find one. Look, this is not it. Look, this is another one, but not quite like it. Oh, look, this is one. So, but those are bearish. This is a bullish one. GJ should be also. Oh, look at the 4 hour. I I try not to pay too much attention to the shape of the candles. I know it sounds weird, but I try not to because of this. Look, what is this? Let's say we have this. Look, you see those candles, and then you do this, and look at the candles. They're different, right? Can you see that? Look, different candles. You notice? This is the actual,
Yes.
yeah, this is the actual candles of my broker, and this is the candle where I actually trade. So what that means is that price levels and structure are way more important than even candles. That's what all that means. Why? Because I noticed that many times we take trades and we win and all of this, and we take trades with setups with candles that when you go to another broker, they don't even look the same, but you realize that even more because if you trade like me in another broker with a candle that doesn't look like an entry, but here it looks like an entry and you still win. That means that really what mattered was the structure and the price. Yeah, yeah, Maria, yeah. Candles with dominion markets are often different from trading view. Yeah, the dominion market candles are here on Pepperstone. You would have to add this one, and that should be your trading view chart. I'm still waiting. I don't see an entry. I don't see an entry for the buy because I don't. I still want to see if we're gonna. You see, we just tapped here. I want to see if we're gonna form like a support here, and it would have to be a support. I actually can monitor this on the 5 minute from here, but I want to see if this is gonna hold. If we see a rejection from here again, this holds or whatever, it would make sense. But if this doesn't hold, sells from here, below here, down to here make more sense because I am expecting some sort of a rejection from this area. And look at this thing. This thing actually, the sell that I took here, as you noticed, if I took profits here, so I feel good about it. But it was literally based on the rejection that I drew from here on the higher time frames. And look how it worked. Like it didn't even make sense. So if you look at this chart, it doesn't make sense where I sold that it rejected from here. I don't know if you see this, right? Based on what we pretty much almost all of us know, look, you look left and the rejection was here, right? It doesn't make sense. Rejection was up here. Look at this. So I sold here, right here. So it would make sense that you would think that this was actually gonna push up to here from this candle. Why did I sell here? Because I was actually looking at this. That's how much I respect those trend lines when they happen. It's just they I don't know. In my experience, they just tend to do a lot of reactions and look to perfection. Same candle, same reaction. You see from below, from above. I mean, from above, from below. Have to run. Okay. Have a great day. Do you want support form at 1827? Yeah, around there. I want it here. Right around here is when where I want the support. Right around here, where we are right now. You see this trend line? That's where I want it. Five-minute. Just look at it. I just have to look at it and just wait for it. Now I don't have to force the trade either. You know, I could actually just wait for the. You don't think it's dangerous selling expecting price to reject that resistance supply and buy expecting price to reject demand zone and create support keyword expecting. Do don't you think it's dangerous selling expecting price to reject that resistance? You mean here, right? Yeah. So this one was. So the only reason why this was to me not too weird to do was because basically I had an analysis from like 2 days ago where I was expect this is a major zone, right? 1830 is major. So what people tend to do is they focus on one price, like for 1830. I focus on the zone. So anything rejecting within the zone, especially if I'm at the limit, typically will give me a nice move of I don't know 20, 30 pips. Typically 40. I actually caught 60, even within the zone. That's something you would have to be used to do because I'm not like I don't recommend doing that if you really like if you don't really understand or I would say that you back test, just back test enough, so you feel safe, right? So you feel okay. You know what? I've seen this like 10 times again, and out of 10, I see 8 times it does this. So it's a, like I said, it's just a probability. So if I see a rejection, expecting no, you actually expect based on probabilities, right? You have expectations, and they're all based. Like if I execute a buy, it means I think we're gonna go up. So that is a probabilistic like expectation, right? But it has to be. So the thing is, it has to be justified. It has to be justified. If it shouldn't be emotional. Uh, in the end, I try always to react, and sometimes I take entries based on zones, based on what I've already back tested. Like if I show you, let me show you some. I don't want to miss this setup here, just so I'm just gonna wait to see if we're gonna, if we reject anything from here, because this is pre NY, NY. Man, it was so much easier just to trade NYC after 9:30, that I don't know if I should just stick to that and keep doing that, because it was so easy. Like by 9:30, whatever happens here already happened. And if by 10:30, if I 10:20, 10:15, whatever, I see price already above here, I know that I can buy this with my eyes closed. We're gonna go up. I don't have to. But here we're below the zone. Don't you think if we close back in range below 30 minutes, we will be ranging? If it wasn't because of this trend line, this is what I'm about to say. What I'm about to say is, if it wasn't because of this trend line, I'm still holding that we have a lot of probabilities to go up. If it wasn't because of this rejection here, if I didn't have this, like if the draw, if I didn't have absolutely anything so clear as this one, this is too clear. Look, if I didn't have this rejection here and this didn't exist, there wasn't any trend line making sense. Um, I don't see anything saying that we shouldn't go up, even if we go down. Meaning, after this break above that zone, the probabilities of the next 2 days pushing up towards 1843 here are really really high. If it isn't because of this, and that's all I can say. The structure makes sense. This is daily, but it makes sense to visit here if it wants to continue going down. The weekly is still bearish on the higher time frame, even if we reject a strong level here. Weekly still bearish, daily still bearish. This is 4 hour. 4 hours bullish. Oh, look at this. This is 4 hour breaking below. Then maybe we're gonna go down. You see? This is the 4 hour, right? You see? 4 hour rejection, 4 hour. And you remember that trend? Look at this. Now I would be more in bias with the sales that we talked about from here. Let me do this. Is that fake out front trend then? Um, this fake out maybe was chasing the trend. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that fake out was chasing the trend. I have to just wait for the closure. I don't see. Listen, look at the chart. We don't have to. We don't have to stress too much. It's buys, unless we change structure. We just have to buy, right? So let's wait for the buy setup. If you lose, you lose. If you win, you win. But if you win on a if you take a buy on a bullish trend and you lose, that was a good loss. If you lose a buy on a bearish trend, that's not a good loss. So now you have to figure out, why did you take it? Did it make sense? Was it a counter trend? If it was a counter trend, was there a setup for the counter trend? Because there are setups for counter trending, stuff like that. If none of that was justified, you're just guessing, right? And you're gonna be losing way more. I feel really, really, really. I don't know. And if yeah, and but if we close below here, so the only thing that I have here, let me see if I can point it here, because in the MetaTrader it looks clean on the 4 hour, but I don't know, because they're different charts. But there's something going on here. You see this? There's something going on here typically. Around here. Why do I have it here? It looks like clean here. From where do I have this? This is the top of the structure on the other one. Oh, okay. Okay, so from here, the 18th. Oh, that's it. Okay. So we have something going on from here up to here. But here, I don't know why I have it here on the main. There's one chart that looks really clean, coming like down here. But typically, I prefer this, the extremes. So what that means is we still have space based on this one. Oh, look at that. Oh, we're closing below. This is 10 minutes away. Okay, I'm gonna sell this. And that's it. This is a bullish trend. Let me wait for the closure. I want this closure to happen below. I want this closure to happen below this five. I'm looking at 5 minutes structures here. Below here, around here. Oh no. Then I'm not gonna sell this. I'm gonna wait. There's no wick on this one. It's just straight down. Man, should have heard. Maybe should have left runner coming from up there when I had it. Then I don't like this. If we don't close below this thing. Oh wow. I don't know. I'm gonna wait for my buy setup. So that's what I'm gonna do. Since I'm biased. Closure below here, 30-minute, change bias. No closure below here, 30-minute. I'm not gonna change my bias. Not yet. That's it. Gonna keep it simple. I'm not changing bias. I'm gonna stick to what I see. Higher time frame. 30 minutes. GJ is looking like he's gonna close back in range. me do this. Wow, that's a big, big, big bullish. And you have something going on here, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that candle. You see how that candle looks like? It doesn't look like it wants to continue. That's a weird candle. That bullish candle right there, that's a weird one. But then, like I said, you just want to make price to make sense. This could become a fake out. Yeah, this could become a fake out. Closure below this. That could be like a fake out setup. Closes below, and you can visit down to here, and then the next level is a 1 hour, and even down here. But yeah, it would have to close down below here. Clean setup. Not really complicated. Look at this. This is a reversal pattern on the 1 hour. You see how tricky this becomes if you're at the inflection zone. Inflection zone is the zone where you have like a trend, and then that's the point where you expect price to kind of like change directions. Like if it was coming up, and then you come here and it breaks below and retest. This is the inflection zone. This is where either it's gonna continue up or continue coming down, or flip to go down. This is literally where we are. What I typically do, I just stick with the trend that we have been having, just to be on the safe side. And if I lose, then I call it a day. If GJ close backs in range, I think I'll look for sells. What's your opinion? So you see, GJ is on a like big bullish pressure. You see, and you could counter trend this. Oh, higher time frame is bearish. Okay. And so the question I would ask myself here is, did we reject a key level? I think that the rejection for this key level is like around up here, just based on what I'm looking at. For some reason, I drew this on the 4 hour here, and I think it actually is like around here. Oh, no, actually, you know what? It makes sense. This is a 4 hour, so daily is up here. So I think maybe a rejection from here, maybe you can start looking for sell. Like I try to sell things that make sense because they rejected a key level. Like this one, you see this? This is a major level. We are rejecting a major level. It would actually make sense to sell this. Why? Because this is 1832. This is the whole zone that I had from yesterday. And we did have this. Let me go to the gold chart here. But where are safer sales? I think safer sales would be below this thing here, right? You see, because this was a strong resistance. This was strong resistance. This maybe it's the support from where we should be buying all the way up here. That's how I see it. But that's why I want to see the closure of this, because this thing on the 1 hour doesn't look too good for buying. This is literally what they teach you on the textbook. That looks like a reversal pattern, but it has to be closing below the zone, meaning it would have to close below this. So, but it's kind of like depleting. Look at this. This is depleting here. I feel like this is a good opportunity to buy. What time is it? Oh, we're about to open NYSE. I'm buying above here, and I'm gonna keep this simple, because if we break above here again, we're coming up here. and there are no, probabilities, and at that point will be definitely on my end, on my favor, in my favor. So I will just wait for that. Because we have something going on here. So I just want to go with the trend. Intraday buys above here. What is this? Oh, my bias, my gold bias have been. Oh, I don't have music. I just noticed. My bias for gold has been sales pretty much all previous week, but now we're correcting. So the same way I made, what is going on with this thing up here? Remove. Look at this. Oh, you cannot see it. So is it too high? Oh, there you go. Yeah, so yesterday I was able to go with the flow of the price and manage to make profits, but I was sales, right? Here all of this is sales, but this is a strong key level for price to break. Um, Finally 9:30. Okay, closure right above this, and another rejection from here. Yeah, I'm just gonna go and buy this as soon as we reject this, if we're rejected, and if not, then that's it, we're sells. What do we have here? There we go. Everybody looking down. Four hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute, 5 minutes. I feel like buying this level. But I want to see if this is like a rejection right now. Okay. Oh, it's twitching. 15-minute confirmation. Yeah, at this point, I'm just waiting for the 5 minute to create me a nice structure to continue going up. Or, oh, look at this. Oh, this is falling. This is falling for sure. Look. Yeah, so you see the trend line when you break it coming down. This is falling. So there. If you took a sell, nice, nice going. We have this consolidation area below here, better sells. Yeah, clean traffic below, exactly. Clean traffic below 1822. 1822, yes, exactly. Nice, yeah. Clean traffic below here. Inside of here, it's still like inside the zone of gold magic. I took profits here. Had I left a runner most likely would tip here. See? So actually, there's a really high probability we see this level. For anybody selling this, you're in a good sell at that point. And the most important thing I see from that thing is we are below the key level. That makes sense. It's just that today is not a good day for me to take any sales just like this easily. I mean, just executing right away, because I'm really waiting for this reversal to play out, and that would happen if we break below here, and then that should be really easy sales. And then that one would be maybe the whole idea that I shared before, just that did break. Yeah, but I'm still biased towards the buys, to be honest. Just because of this here, without the trend line, this here is telling me I want to go up. But then the reversal pattern is printing here. Look at this freaking 1 hour reversal. Look at this, we're below the zone, all of this. So now I prefer just to wait for this to break below and then make a decision after that. I'm trying to figure out why in this chart did it looks, wow, it really looks, oh, maybe in the Pepperstone I can draw it. Let me see. So, because here in the thing, it actually looks quite clean cut. Look at this. So on this one, there. Look at those rejections, clean printing, and look at this. Now, how does that look like? Freaking sell, right? Makes sense? Big sell, if I had to say like what I'm looking at. Like this. You see body closures, rejection, rejection, tap. I could literally keep it like this, as clean as this, and that's about it. Like, I try to go with this trend, especially if I'm at the limit of it. I try to, like, especially for swings, I try to look for sales, for example, from here. Unless we're breaking like a specific zone. That's the only thing against my idea, which is that wick all the way up there. Um, I would not expect that to break like today. I would actually expect that, like, if that happened tomorrow, then we would have been around here, and then we would still be tapping here, but not all the way up there. So that's why I'm still like bullish in some sense, because today we broke above here, and typically on the zones that I have, the way I draw the zones. I respect a lot about how price breaks and when it breaks, and if I don't know if that makes sense, but when price breaks matters to me, and how it breaks matters to me, and I take that into account. So I'm still bullish uh, until we break below here. Oh wow, look at this break, last kiss, and maybe continuation. How cool is that? Like if you were trading last kisses, you were supposed to be trading from here, and then just keeping this all the way down to here from that last kiss. That's another strategy. I trade it sometimes, but if I trade this, if we're going with a higher time frame, and if like oh actually like if this were happening below here, for example, I would have been feeling even better about this idea. I'm not taking this, by the way. Okay, anybody watching this, I didn't take this. I'm just drawing this. That this is a setup they teach you on the last kiss setup. I'm waiting for my potential close above here to maybe buy this. But this is how the idea would supposed to work out. Oh, you see, this is better for me. Let's see if we close above. There, last kiss here, last kiss on the zone. This thing flips. If it flips, this is like 80% probabilities of happening. So maybe this was the closure here. Yeah, because it's supposed to be at the closure. So all I'm waiting here, I'm not guessing, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for the market to print a 5 minute. You see this resistance here on the 5 minute? I need a 5 minute closing above this, and I need another 5 minute visiting here, and I'm buying this. I don't know if that makes sense. I just need 5 minutes to close above this, above here. Then I need another 5 minutes to revisit here. I'm entering here, and this is a stop loss. This is the one that I would hold for the most likely. If this setup happens by 11 something, we should be around here, and by 2, if today is the day that price wants to visit up here, by 2 p.m. we should be up above and around 40, around here, 39 something. That's how it is typically. There, that's what I'm waiting for. If this flips, falls, maybe a sell below here, and maybe nothing, because I don't really have to, I really don't have to force any trade anyways. So if I don't see whatever I'm looking for, I'm not gonna take it. I'm still quite bullish. Yeah, I think today we might see 1840. There was a line that I drew. Yeah, there was a line all the way up there, so it makes sense on the other chart. This line up here. So yeah, it's all like hmm. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm buying this. I just want the closure. So you see, 5 minute. I just needed closing above here. Nice. Then I just need this as soon as we close here. I'm buying, I needed closing above. I will buy half of, I'm gonna take half entry here. Look at the big 40 pip thing here. But it is because I'm gonna hold this. I just need this to close above, and that's all I need. I will enter here. Most likely we see a wick. You know what? If it closes above here, we might see a wick coming all the way down to here. So maybe I grab it here. And need that closure. Let me get ready. Let me erase this. It did not close above, so I still don't like it. Even though that 15 is really nice, but I'm gonna wait for this. Now the other setup here would be at the break of this, take like a partial entry and then another one if we kind of come back here. But this is not the setup I'm looking for, so I'm not gonna take this. Gonna wait. Oh, look at that. Woo. Imagine you buying this. We have news later today. Yeah, FOMC Fed. Oh, look at this. Wow. Fed Chair Powell speaks. That's at 2 p.m. Oh, look at that. Yeah, price. It makes sense for price to actually come all the way down here to the 1822 after this. If that happens, maybe I don't have a setup for me today waiting. Then I'm just gonna wait for tomorrow. I prefer when I see things like really really easy, and I don't like the uncertainty. I don't like it when my spider senses are tingling. So that's why I try to avoid things that I don't typically trade. Nice. Crashing really nice. We do have like a small level here. So maybe I can draw it here as a reference. This this thing here, and yeah, price came from here all the way down here before pushing up here and then up here. Now we're down here. The 1 hour, how is it looking? The 1 hour just flipped. So you see this 1 hour was bullish, bullish, bullish. Whatever closes below here, sales would be in favor. Why? Because we have 2, 3. You see 1, 2, 3 supports on the 1 hour. This is not a support. This is not a support because we only have one bearish candle, and the bearish candle pretty much did not break the structure on the lower time frames. You can tell because the high was higher and the low was not lower than the previous one. So the low was actually higher. So what that means is this is 1, 2. This is 1 and 2 supports on the 1 hour, meaning this fall here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Now I just have to wait. So whoever sold, congratulations. I sold. I sold the top, but I took profits here. And then yeah, I don't see anything else. I only see sales below here. That's all I see. Sales below here. That's what I see. But me knowing gold, I would guess there might be a bunch of buys set to be placed here at 22, and maybe from here is where we flip for the rest of the day. Now I'm not gonna try to figure that out because that's not a trade that I would take. So I'm just gonna wait to see whatever I see that makes sense. So far I'm okay with whatever has happened so far. And you see why it matters to wait for what you're looking for, because I was looking for a closure above this, not below. So the moment it closed below, there's no setup for me. Now, had we closed this above here, then I would be definitely buying whatever dip we had here. But when the higher time frames are gonna continue, like this is uptrend. This is an uptrend on the lower time frame, but this uptrend is coming from the 4-hour bullish, you see, trend. Gold likes to do this, visits levels and sometimes flips. So I prefer to see if this on the lower time frame starts to close below here to confirm. And then the same thing for this, for the continuation coming up. Lower time frames are gonna start to tell you. They're gonna start telling you, okay, hey, we're flipping. But you have to see. So people always ask me, most of the times, I had many people asking me in Slack, in Discord, Telegram. What is it that you're waiting for confirmation? I'm always waiting for structure. If I had to, the best answer I could come up with is structure. Not only closures and 1 30 minute, even 2 50 minute, which is a good, it's a good confirmation. Whenever you have two candles looking the same way from a level, that's confirmed. I don't know if that makes sense. Like if you have one candle against this, if it is a key level, 30 minute, it's a good confirmation. You have it 2 50 minute looking up, good confirmation. You see, from a key level. You see, look here, 2 50 minute from a key level, good confirmation. The moment you have that, that's good. But above all of it, it's structure. Just look at structure, because that's what price. You have higher highs, lower low. You have higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. That means you're going up. Then what do you wait for? You just wait for the confirmation. The confirmation, you can go on the lower time frames. The moment you have a higher time, so look at today. We're bullish on the 4 hour. Yeah, we're bullish on the 4 hour, right? What are we waiting for if we want to continue with the bullish 4 hour trend? We want a lower time frame confirmation. What is a lower time frame confirmation? Even 5 minute could be it, right? 15 minute, 30 minute, like this. Today, I wake up and I see this, I buy this. I didn't, by the way. I had a pending sale. Like I said, I lost this thing. But had I seen this live and all of this, you know what? This is 15 minute is bullish, 4 hour is bullish, 30 minute is bullish. Yes, it was bullish. So what do? You just buy, because everybody's bullish. So you go on the lower time frames, look for a confirmation and go for it. Look at this. Above a key level, you have this, you have the closure. Oh, look at this. This is the setup that I was talking about. You have the key level, closure, and you can actually buy the break. Well, like I said, you could buy this break because this is a key level. But now we are below the key level, so it's a key area. It's actually 1830 is the key level. So actually should have been looking at that, because maybe I should have been selling that from here all the way down here, or keeping the runner out, because I had the runner. And I should have maybe left this thing running, but it's okay. If gold closes below 22, are you waiting for a retest on a resistance to form, or entering at the break of the lower week? So today, this is now 10 a.m., right? I have one concern, only one, with this thing, only one. And that is this thing here. This is a typical high velocity area. This thing here, what you see here, you look left and you see price coming aggressively up and aggressively down. The last two times it went through this, that's what I call a high velocity area. Now, for the area to be valid, I try to look for no candle wicks inside the area, meaning this is messing me up. So what I would say is, and then we have body closures here. Typically I want clean candles, but I have two references. The last two references should maybe good enough. So what that means is there's a really high probability, even with this wick coming here, there's a really high probability that if price breaks below, what is this? 1821.350. You're gonna notice gold does a lot of 350s, okay? Anything below that, there's a really high chance that within the next 2 hours, no, within the next 2 hour, 1 hour, 2 hours. Within the next 2 hours, price, there's a really high chance it comes down to 1818, and I will have to go lower time frame to see where. Yeah, safer 1819. So between here and here, I don't know how many pips there are. 20 pips, not good enough. And I have this thing here. So this is not a high quality, high velocity area. This is what I call the money zone. Between here and here is the money zone. Oh, people were asking me. I'm gonna have to create that video. I win 90% of the money zones. 90%, over 90%. I have only lost the news events. Whenever I forget to remove the trade, if there's news events, then I lose that one, and I have to create that video. This is a daily. Yeah, that daily is weird right there. That's a weird daily. Really weird daily. That's like a 4 hour strong zone that confluences with a daily. That's what that is. Really weird. This thing here. So what I would do is I would actually convert this into a daily with a 4 hour strong zone. When I call 4 hour strong zone means that structure has been rejected at least twice in the 4 hour. Just before anybody asks. If you see a red zone, means daily has been rejected more than once. You see? 1, 2, 3, 4. Whenever you see a red zone in my chart, that means daily has been rejected there. Structure more than once, meaning it's strong. If you see a green one, means 4 hour has been rejected more than once. If you see a clean 4 hour, 4 hour is green for me. So whenever you see green without the green thing, it's just that it was a intermediate, like this is also a 4 hour zone, but this is not really, like, it really rejected, but not really, because this was just one bearish candle, so it continued. So this is not so strong. This is just a regular 4 hour. This is a strong 4 hour. Wait, did it reject before? Why do I have it like this? Oh yeah, there you go. Oh, look at this. Rejection, rejection. Yeah, it's strong. Look. Look at this. Boom, boom, boom. So yeah. I don't know if that makes sense. That's a way I see the charts. It doesn't have to be like that. It's just my way of understanding myself. And this massive red thing here, it's a Mario. Yeah, look. Wow, that was a nice rejection. That was a nice rejection, but I'm not convinced. Because so this wick here is tricky. This wick here, all the way up here, is telling me to go for buys later, in between today and tomorrow. That's all it's telling me. So it is tricky. I'm not gonna lie. It's really, like, I'm still biased. This visit here is telling me, oh, because we have news today. So maybe that's what it is, right? So maybe, yeah, so maybe this is setting up for that visit, because this visit today, I'm gonna repeat it like 1,000 times. It makes like a lot of probabilistical sense. From, I don't know, from here, whatever we form here, support today, 18, what is this? Yeah, 1840. The whole 1840 area makes a lot of sense today. Today should be, I said it, today should be fairly easy. It's just that you know, sometimes gold is gonna give you all this BS structure. But look, you see this? This is what I would be looking for today. I would be looking for today for a 1841.800, 1841, let's say 500. It's a flat number. Typically, yeah. 1841, 500. I would actually expect between today and tomorrow gold visiting there, as long as this holds. 1822 area has to hold. This holds. I think we see this today, or between today and tomorrow. So I'm biased. Anything breaks below here, there you go. Just waiting. Freaking Mini is asking me something here. Let me share this to Mini. Copy. So today I had, let me recap today, right? Today I had this sell from here and literally to this wick. That was a nice profit. This one, lost this. Hey Kadir, how's it going, brother? This one was lost because I forgot to remove this thing. So I had this loss here. By the way, that's the good thing about limits. Like I always say, the limits I always do half risk. So because I lost this one, but this one went with good risk, I'm in profits again, right?
Joel, bro.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey. Good, good, bro. Good. How are you, man?
Hey,
Good.
I'm doing great.
Amazing, bro. Amazing. Bro, your sell limit was fire, bro.
Yeah, but I had it tighter than I shirt.
Oh, you got stopped out on that one?
Yeah, I had it. Oh, look, this is dropping. Oh, this is the sell. Um,
Oh, amazing.
yeah,
But
I had the one that I share in the groups. I had a tighter stop loss, and
yeah,
I
I
for
wanted to ask you about that, bro. Like, that's why I told you, can you explain that further? Because, like, I thought about the same sell limit. I have even a screenshot, bro. I had my sell limit at 30 actually, but it didn't get triggered. I have no idea why on Blueberry. But like my stop loss was at that previous structure, on the left. If you see that, was it 30 minute? Yeah, at that above that 30 minute on the left hand side, bro.
This one.
I don't know if that. No,
This.
no, no. On the left. On the left.
Wait, let me go on this one. Let's
I'm
see.
on the phone, bro. I can't mark it right now.
Wait, give me 1 second. Let me go to the. Yeah, we're dropping this thing. Yeah. So the sell limit is playing out, but it's playing out because of the rejection of the higher time frame trend line.
Yeah.
So anybody that wants to grab an intraday sell, now is your time. Not now. I'm saying the moment you see this closure here, you might see a rejection actually from here. And it would make sense that anything that bounces from here, you can sell it. So what do you say? The 30-minute, which one?
On the left hand side, bro. Like not confusing anything, but above that. No, no, on the left, or at that order block. Yeah, that one. No, no, above that blue line you have,
This,
basically. No, no, the one above.
this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What are you saying?
Mm-hmm.
That you said that you had it there?
Yeah, it didn't get triggered, but that was my stop. Like when I woke up, I saw my entry. It didn't trigger. I don't know because of the spread. Maybe I have no idea. But afterwards, I took it in pre-NY, like on the 1 minute. That sell.
Yeah.
But the sell limit, basically, the idea of you worked amazing, bro.
Yeah, it's just that the one that I shared in the groups, that setup was correct. The one that I executed on my broker was not correct. So I got stopped out here. So I sold again here. That's why I sold again here.
Mm,
So the one that I took, so I lost one, won one. But this one was half risk. I always do limits on half risk.
because your risk reward is that big, right?
Yes, exactly. Because typically big risk reward. This one I held, but because it was such a big order, it was a bigger entry. I TP'd it right here, right as we were starting the stream.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty much done with the day. It's just that I'm gonna be honest. I'm still confused. What is going on today is something weird that I haven't seen before on gold. I have to accept that. I've never seen. This is the first time I've ever seen gold. This only happens with news. Oh, that was a news event, right? Yeah, we had
Yeah,
news.
we had
So
news
that
today,
was
bro.
it.
That was the random drop.
Oh shit! Man, I was just played by myself because that was news.
But
Wow,
you
I
said
was
yesterday,
explaining
bro,
this
if
and
there
I
is
was
news,
confused by a stupidity. Okay, so this is what happened. So the whole thing makes sense now. I've never
because
seen
you said
gold.
yourself, right? If there is news, it won't play out.
Yes. I don't know what the heck happened in my head. So I said it 1,000 times. If there is news event, you're gonna have a messed up chart that is gonna give you a false signal. So you have to be aware of that. And you're gonna have oh, so this is really important what I'm about to say. Maybe I should pinpoint this time because this is something I could actually make a clip about it. What I'm about to say is many hours of back test. So listen carefully. You can back test this and you're gonna notice if this is bullshit or not. Whenever you see, why did I have a sell limit here? And I share with all of the groups. Why? Because I already explained. This is the limit of the zone. Does that make sense so far? You have structured dailies, right? Why did I place a sell limit there? Because you have structure rejections on the dailies. You look at the zone, you're gonna find the limit. Especially when you have such a clean zone like this one, right? 1, 2, 3. Then you have another one here. If price breaks above the limit of the zone by many pips, it's telling you that it wants to go up. Now, there's just one caveat to that, which is the zone can be breaking with news and give you a false flag, meaning that it could trigger you if you had like a buy stop above here or a sell limit like I had before, like right here. And if there is news, you have to account for that and put bigger stop losses, which I didn't do. Okay. So I got stopped out on one of my sell limits unless there was news. Like
Mhm.
literally, Kadir followed to the T what I actually was recommending in the other groups, and I forgot about it. And so the news event pushed price all the way up, way above the limit. Now, if there was
Mhm.
no news event, what I'm about to say is really important. If there was no news event here, and this happened today, and there was no news event like it happened today, this without news is 90% chance we see 1840 today. 90%. So if this visit and this break above the zone here happens and there was no news, 90% chance today you see 1840. I don't know if that
Mhm.
makes sense.
Yeah, that's true, bro. I mean, like I said to you, bro, that is, bro. Is it just me or is the music extremely loud?
I didn't.
Hello.
Yeah, I don't know because Zoom. Yeah, there you go. Zoom is Zoom's. Go ahead. Zoom mess up the music sometimes. So just go ahead.
Okay. No, no. Like I said to you, like couple of times, bro. That velocity thing or money area, like what, however you called it, bro. It makes a lot of sense, because I backtested that a little bit, and if there is no news, it's like 90% of the times like in my backtesting it worked out almost every time, I think. Like no
Yes.
but I don't know if I did it right, but
Yeah, the
it
rules
worked out.
are simple. I'm about to create like a video for about that just to help people out because you can take that pretty much every single time. But what
Hmm.
you need is this is a money area. See, this is a money zone. You see this here, 1, 2, 3. The moment you have one,
Yeah.
two, three, from here you see look left. The moment you have this and this, the last two references of price were up. Coming up was aggressively. Coming down was aggressively. This is why I this is high velocity for me. So between here and here is the money zone. So I typically, which I did by the way, this I won. I won this one on the higher time frame. I didn't even have to look at the chart that much because when you do it on the daily, like not even sometimes news matters that much, but news matters a lot by the way. But from here to here, that's a money zone, 82 pips. And then the stop loss, you monitor the stop loss coming back on the replay tool on the lower time frames, and you see when price was coming up here, what was the most it retraced before continuing coming up. I don't know if that makes sense. For example, you do this, you come here when it
Hmm.
was coming up, come to the lower time frames, and this is when price was coming up. So you do this, you play it out, and you say, okay, when price was coming up, when it broke above the level, let's say that was the trigger here, it triggered here. What was the most it retraced? And if it doesn't retraces, let's see, do you double tap? Okay, so you see this, it didn't retrace. So if you don't have this, go for the next zone, safer area. Don't do this. Go for the next zone. So you take it, right? So now you have drawing this, and you take that to the future, and that's it. And then you come back to the future here. So the money zone from, for example, for this one was above here. Oh, and then there's this money zone here, right? Between here and here,
Hmm.
right? And yeah, pretty much the only thing you need is you need price rejecting clearly. You need price moving fast, coming up, coming down. The last two references. You need two references at least. So you have price coming up and coming down fast, same area. That's one key point. Another one is you have to have a strong support or resistance zone being respected almost to perfection. That's another key point. And from that point on, then you just place the buy limit. And if you have MetaTrader 5, you can actually place a buy stop limit. I don't know.
What is a buy stop limit, bro?
So that's a little trick. Look, this is, jeez, look at that. You guys remember the whole thing I was talking about this matters a lot. Look at that. This is beautiful. So now you don't have to guess a lot. Now you have to, so this is gonna be easier for me selling this, meaning now I'm not desperate. Now I wait for the closure on the 1 hour. This broke below the 22 area that I was waiting for. And now today, between now and 2 p.m., I should be expecting, like if this doesn't drop right now, I should expect price visiting down, like up here. And even the level above here, and you go on the daily and you figure out, okay, when price rejects this zone, how many times it taps? Typically two. You see, 1, 2 and drop. So that means is by the time we close the daily, if we're gonna reject that zone, there's most likely is gonna be another visit up here. And whatever you see rejecting this visit up here, you can sell it again. That should be a nice swing. I don't know if that makes sense. Especially if you break the 1 hour, which we did.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, between 20, I can't see it now probably since I'm on the phone, but as I remember, like between 20 and 15, there's a clean free like $5 move.
yes,
Actually.
yes. It is almost. I was talking about it. It is almost a money zone. Almost. I just don't like this noise here.
Mm-hmm.
But you have clean move up, clean almost coming down. So it is high probability still to this point. Still high probability
Yeah,
move. It's not as clean as the setup that I'm looking for, but it's almost as clean. So that means is there's still good sales between here and here.
exactly. Yeah, but you would wait for the 1 hour
No, this
because
one
I
most
mean the
likely
one
this is
hour.
gonna drop. How much is? We're 41 minutes away from this 1 hour. There's really high probability this is gonna drop, and that's it.
Because
So
if you go on the 5 minute, bro,
yeah, look at
let me.
this.
Yeah, at this point it's a no-brainer, bro.
Yeah. So anybody that wants to sell this, the moment this closes in 1 minute, like this, you should be able just to sell. Actually, I could take this small sell here.
Yeah. The worst thing that can happen is a rejection in the last minute of a 5 minute. Otherwise, that's a no-brainer, bro.
But you don't
Because
even have to hold this long. You can actually close around here.
yeah,
There.
exactly. That's a free one.
30
agree on that.
seconds.
I'm on the phone. I can't full margin that thing, but it's good, bro. It's looking pretty good because that 5 minute is giving you fake support right there. That 5 minute doji bullish
Mm-hmm.
giving you that fake support, and once that support is broken, it becomes invalid, right? So at that point, it's a no-brainer that we're going down.
Mm-hmm. I'm not in, by the way. Anybody on the stream? I'm not in. I'm just saying if this closes around below here, I think I'm gonna go for it. I want it to close below. If it doesn't
Yeah.
close below, there's a danger area because this is the 22 area. So the zone, the 22 zone that I keep talking about is this one. We're literally right here. So look, it didn't close below, so I don't like it.
And that's the worst thing that can happen, bro. In the last minute of a 5 minute, a rejection. At that point, you don't get in, and if you're in, you gotta close.
Mm-hmm.
Partials at least.
Yeah.
Morning, by the way.
Oh, curving.
Oh, Kerwin. Hey,
Brother?
wait, stop everything.
Nah, man. It was a good idea. It's just that 1820 can hold support. But in total honesty, I would love to see drop and drops on the gold for the rest of the session.
Yes.
I mean, the only problem we have in total honesty is the Powell's page later on.
Yeah,
So
too,
we
but
may see some sort of range before the drop.
Yeah.
Based on the weekly, the max pullback was basically the 1830. 1830 on the daily is pretty strong zone of rejections and resistance heavy. If you pull up the daily, you will have
let me
plenty of information there.
let me tell everybody on Slack that Kerwin's here. Wait,
Everybody's gonna jump in here right now.
let me. Yeah, you're gonna see this massive amount of
But
people.
Curvin, you're close terminal, right? You're not looking for anything right now.
Yes and no. I mean, I'm holding some runners, but I do see more downside. You remember the last drawing that I did with that 5 minute candle. Basically, the problem that I had was a heavy pullback at that point with
Yes.
the last, basically the last 20 minutes after the 10 a.m. But usually the 10 a.m. candle always give you plenty of options. Like in this case, the opening of the 10 a.m. candle was beautiful because it gave you that rejection from that previous resistance, and it was beautiful. I mean, let me pull up the, because the candle that gave you the best option there was
You want to share? I can give you the. Let me give you the thing. Wait. I have no problem with that. Wait.
okay.
Allow
Share some,
participants.
bro.
Share some. Wait. What is this thing? Here. More. New
Is this
share.
allow?
You can do like allow multiple participants to
Yeah.
share.
There you go.
Okay. 1 second here. I grabbed. Let's see something.
Mm-hmm.
Share. Okay. You guys can see my screen now.
Yes, bro.
Yes.
So basically, the main idea is the whole correction. Let me close this drawing and start from fresh. So what you have here across the board, it's heavy areas of rejections on the dailies, right? The main rejections are coming, from this specific area, a little bit lower, right there, 1831 basically. Now, this breather taking outside that 1830, which is the buys that we took this morning, going to the 35. I use key levels, and my key levels are every $5 in the market, so roughly there. What happened this morning was quite fishy, because
Yes.
this move is happening with no volume, basically without New York session in play. So the move happened quite fishy because later we will have some sort of news. In the 5 minute candles here, you can clearly see. Usually, what it tends to happen is that when you have a previous area of range, like for example, this is the nearest area of range, right there, right. So what tends to happen is that you have a breakout and a pullback. The deepest pullback at that point may be the structure that you had in this specific area, but this pullback was quite heavy, and closing below that resistance again. Usually, what happens is that price closes inside a previous range, meaning this is a fake out, and price doesn't
Yes.
doesn't manage to take that breather. Now we took impulsive buys this morning again in this area after the rejection has been done with the news. This is the news candle, this one right here. Then the next candle engulfing the whole news candle right here, which is the 830. And at this point we took buys from here, going at least to retest the daily high.
Mm-hmm.
Now, something that we were paying attention is how price behave in this specific area. Why? Because we're talking about a previous rejection, and the hourly candle already and the 15-minute candles already giving you that previous rejection. This is your resistance, confirmation of resistance. Breaking this low means that we're going downtown to retest the resistance at least, and a possible continuation. The main idea here was, what if this is the highest point for the current weekly candle? We have Powell's page today. There's, it's kind of fishy, thinking that it's gonna be an easy drop because Powell's page. Other than that,
Yes.
this drop make complete sense to correct
Yes.
the whole move because it's coming from a daily rejection
Yes.
area. So
Exactly.
it's a no-brainer. We may see easy sells. The problem here is the fundamental. Usually, what it happens as well is the price goes back, gives you a fake out in the lower time frames. Like for example, in this case, if I had to have a kind of fake out, would be this one right here. Why price taking a breather even higher? Later on, this is the move. Trading inside this range and trading below this previous area, which is the news, this area right here, this now becomes your resistance. Now, this area right here, this will be your resistance for that easy continuation. In this case, the right before the 10 a.m. candle close, we had a nasty pullback. But this candle right here is the 45, driving price beautiful to the downside, a brand new 15-minute candle. And again, the reversal happened. Now, here's the trick. Usually, depending how the hourly candle close, depending how the previous hourly candle close, you have this is basically the closing for the hourly right there. So you wanna see a following of that hourly candle with the 10 a.m. volume basically. The 10 a.m. volume, it tends to happen. That 10 a.m. it tends to give you easy moves, and the easy move right here was the opening of the 10 a.m., which is this one right here, rejecting the resistance, closing with the rejection, and at the break of this candle right here, most likely is going back to retest this previous area. From this area, the problem that you may find in the market sometimes is that if you're giving a chance for that trade using a stop loss like this one is quite heavy in total honesty, considering that you have a previous area of contention. The safest and the easiest way is if you have any key level inbound in this area right here. The key level that I may have is basically this one right here, so I don't have to use the entire stop loss here. At that point I'm avoiding to use extra, at least 10 pips, because obviously you're not going to place your stop loss right on top of this candle, because price can easily come back to this area and the spread will take you out, and later you will see the drop happening. Now when you're taking a trade with the confirmation of the 10 a.m. candle, is basically most of an impulsive move below the daily low, which in this case is this one. It doesn't matter if the low or the high of the daily candle, if it's breaking the low, it will give you 20 pips. If it's breaking the high, it will give you 20 pips. In here, impulsive, if you had to consider that entry will be impulsive at the break of this low, aiming for 20 pips, to the downside, right? As an impulsive move, usually you get those easy 20 pips in the last 1 minute, like Kadir said. When there's a 5 minute candle is near to have that close, in the last 1 minute is when the worst thing happen in the market. Like for example, if you pull up the 1 minute here, you will see that you have steady moves. This candle right here, this candle is the opening. 1, 2, 3 candles. At least these 2 candles. Easy move. In the last 2 minutes, you have the correction. It doesn't mean that it's gonna go all the way up again, whatever, but the correction is happening, and therefore you need to avoid the fact of feeding the market or staying longer in that position. You can easily close 50%, 75%, and for the sake of simplicity, you wait for pullbacks before the continuation, and usually it's over and over again. Where is the main contention area now? Main contention still here. Now, are you willing to hold a position here just because you want to see that continuation of the move, or you can easily secure here and let the rest run, or maybe have your stop loss above a certain key level? The main key level, like I said, is this one right here. If price is going downtown still, this area, the 1825, is the area that needs to be respected, and the 5 minutes here is looking nasty as a form of pullback, because already it's already late in the New York session. So that's why you're getting those kind of pullback. Doesn't mean that gold won't continue to the downside. It's just meaning that we don't have that volume anymore. For now, we don't have that volume. We need to pick up some sort of liquidity, make the retail trader fall for the trap. Oh, we're going down, we're going up, so let's start buying from here. And it's not the case. If it's coming from a previous daily rejection area, be really careful here. This is the move that we were talking this morning. How the 4-hour candle from London session basically gives you that continuation. Above the 4-hour candle from London, you have 50 pips. In most cases, if this is if this is a New York session, New York volume is really easy. A 5-minute candle, all of a sudden, just giving you 50 pips in no time. This morning was quite fishy, because the move happened really early in the morning. This move right here happened really early in the morning. This is not a move that you will see on a daily basis. This move happens randomly, but the drop makes complete sense. And now price being trapped below that 25 only means downtown. But it will be a matter of time until we see Powell's speech, whatever. We may go back and retest the resistance based on the Powell speech, but as long price stays below this specific resistance, you guys don't have any business looking for buys, because this area right here is a strong area. 1830 is a strong area of rejection from dailies and can give you a lot of headaches here.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking about that. Like, it really messed me up, the fact that I missed my own suggestion. Like, I literally said 2 days ago when I shared the idea, the sell limit should play out if there's no news happening at the moment the price is around the zone.
I agree.
Freaking thing just happened.
Yeah.
It gave me the setup. I literally had the setup. It's just that I made it tighter, the stop loss. And like Kadir said, like he was the one telling me, bro, you literally said it.
Yeah.
when you share the idea. So I was messed up a little bit this morning because the fake out. This is officially a fake out. To me,
Yeah.
fake outs don't happen when there are no news. They happen when there are news only.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that it breaks above a level that people call fake outs are not really fake outs. They're what I call intentions.
Mm-hmm.
They if they happen during a time that there's no news, what you're gonna find out is that later in the day you're gonna see price moving towards that direction, which is why you see on the private group we have, you see that every time I say by 2 p.m. we should see this price, it
Mm-hmm.
100% has happened,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's because price just tells you before it happens. Now today, like you said, was really fishy. People saw me like selling the top here, the top that you were talking about. I literally sold that top. I shared it with you guys, but it was based on the that thing that I had drawn from before. But to be honest, I still felt like there was something going on fishy, which is why I took profits like literally here. I didn't let it run because I was like, it really doesn't make sense. Like this it up here typically means price. Like if this was no news. 90% of the time, what you would have is a visit down either here,
Mm-hmm.
here, and even here breaking all of this. From here, you would see gold pushing up towards the 2 p.m. and you would see 1840 90% of the time.
Yeah.
But not now. Like now, this is quite interesting, right? Because now, what like you're saying, and then we have FOMC. So that's the
Yeah.
other thing.
Yeah,
Now,
that's the main problem. FOMC can mess up with this setup, but overall, the main picture still downside. And
yes,
this
exactly.
1830 makes sense. We even said this on the WhatsApp. The pullback makes sense to
Yes.
the 30s. Can be really dangerous having more than the 30 as a form of breakout in the dailies to continue looking for sales. If the daily candle from today with Powell's page is closing above the 30, there's no doubt that we're heading toward the 1850 overall.
Yes, I was gonna say that. That I think today should be easy if we if OMC we wait for like 15 minutes after the news,
Yeah.
or 30 minutes maybe. And if we see a rejection, I don't know if you agree with me, but if we see that rejection on the around 1830,
Hmm.
that's the sell. That's the entry for the swing for the rest of the week.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would love to see the 1850, bro.
So
Because I don't want to miss those prime entries for the sales because
yeah.
my runner stopped out.
Yeah.
Let me see,
Look, this
1850.
was this was the based on this move is happening early in the session. We may don't have that easy move, 50 pips in basically in 5 minute candle, right? But at least having that specific move in a couple 15, which is a 30-minute candle. Oh well, let me start. That was the
Let
move
me
that I
start
wasn't.
securing some
This
here
move I
because
wasn't
it seems
expecting that
that
heavy
the
move.
volume is good.
Um, Based on that specific move, 6-1. At this point, I would love to see a steady continuation. Like I said, the 1840 impulsive move, but it tends to happen. The from London. If I can pull up the specific move, we reach basically this key level right here. But we have a long road all the way to the 1850. So we may see pullbacks pre-NY, pullbacks with a new 4 hour candle as well, and then before the continuation. But it's a shame the move yesterday. I got stopped out. Somebody said this paying attention to the 15 minute because I don't trade London with the 5 minute, but trading the 5 minute the 15 minute candle at London and having this specific candle breaking above this candle, which is rejecting the previous, the support, the daily low, basically. Man, this is cake. And at that point, the volume is quite good because this candle right here, you can easily use that candle confirmation and then start looking and planning for your trades. I don't, when I'm trading at a daily low, here's the thing. When I'm trading at a daily low, I'd rather risk 40 pips in here, aiming for the top of the range and a possible continuation, than risking 30 pips on top of the range. You know what I mean? If I had to risk it for the biscuit with confirmations here, I'd rather have to, have a 5, Because at that point, the risk reward is worth it for me. Let
Get
me
that
see if I can pull
1840.
up when this move was happening to the downside.
Risk it for the biscuit.
specific area, yeah, taking another rally to reverse. That's the main idea here. Looking for 3 or 3 days, maybe some just to the upswings and giving you like a whipsaw from this area. On liquidity, give me how many pips in volume? 12 pips.
So you got those cells as well, Kevin?
Not the sales. I was holding buys still.
The previous.
Okay, give me 1 second here.
Yeah.
Okay, because you were measuring that candle.
5 minute.
More of room for the straight to breathe. I'll be
So
surprised.
Kevin,
39. Okay. 39,
Let's-
70. Give me 1 second. 40. Now a little bit more of room for the straights to breathe. I'll be
so
surprised.
Kevin,
Yeah, mate.
the price is above the key level. If the 5 minute candle closes above the key level,
Mhm.
retest the key level and break above the previous wick or high, do you think and that would be a safer entry?
And you can have, hopefully that candle just give you a small little tiny candle here, so you can use a good risk reward in here, because I know that a new 50-minute candle before giving me, or instead of giving me just plain and simple continuation, can reject again the previous hourly high, which is this one right here. This is the 50-minute candle that gave the hourly candle the rejection and the high for the hourly candle. So what if this is just plain and simple pullback on a hourly candle high, and then a new 50-minute candle start giving me another rejection here from this high? I won't be surprised if that happened, and then a 30-minute candle just closing the way it is, not giving me that steady continuation. Then a news news around the corner can give me pullback again to this area before the continuation. If I have to look for news, I don't care what happened with the news, but I'll be looking for something breaking above this area, like impulsive moves above this area right here, because I know that at that point I have like 20 pips or 40 pips to the upside. But that's the reason I was securing most of my position here.
So you are saying the safer entries would be above
Because the main
wicks,
idea here is
above
that
the
this was the
previous.
highest point for the week, looking for impulsive moves above this specific area. Oh, let me leave this specific candle here, because this is the main contention that I want from now on.
Yeah, I think that today, with the news, like, uh, yeah,
News
and we
should
have, so now we have 3 sessions rejecting same key level.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. We have London, we have previous Asia, we have Asia, London, and New York, and now we have also, like I kept saying, 1822 has been rejected yet again, right? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And what that means is we have, oh, okay, so nice. Okay. So yes, I think today if we see a visit, so what I would expect price to do is another visit to 1830 area, and but it shouldn't this time. So this is the trick. Actually, there's a combination here of my typical setup with a fake out setup, which is weird. This doesn't happen many times. This literally happens only when we have the fake out setup,
Yeah, and it's the news. The news are messing up with price action currently.
which means that now the limit works back, like the limit comes back and works again, which means is anything that breaks above. Let me check on the wait. I have another chart here.
The 30, 15.
Let me tell you, anything that breaks above. I have the chart here, the swing trading chart. Here we go.
Let me stop sharing so I can see your chart, because I can. Okay. Now you can share your screen.
Okay, wait. Give me 1 second. Share screen. There we go. Should be this one. Wait, let me do this. Share screen 3. Should be this, right? So literally this is what I sold, right? I sold this top. I was explaining earlier that the only times where you really have to pay attention to gold trend lines is when they are happening with the daily and the weekly. They, I mean, they really respect the like the structure really respects those kind of trend lines. They just do. So this one comes from like many years ago. This is a last kiss, what we call the last kiss retest. When you see this, most of the time, look, this is literally what I sold. You see this? 4 hour, respected this. Now, this is not arbitrary. This is not like random. This is happening exactly at a key level. So when you have confluences like those, like I was explaining, this rejection from here doesn't even make sense on a typical price action because it's halfway there. It's halfway everything. It's halfway the 1836, 30 minutes little resistance we had. Look, this is happening halfway here, literally in the middle of this, which is at the now this is at 1835 level, and the typical key level has like the bounce area, has like the limits. So this happened literally at the middle of it. Now, what I would expect to do is, oh, look at this. This is about to fall now.
It will eventually, bro.
Yeah, no, if it breaks now, it's gonna, yeah, probabilities of this falling if it breaks below this level, the 15, this 15. If it breaks below this 15, is really, really high to come down here. It would typically not form yet another wick just to flip.
If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen in like in the next with the next 15-minute candle. Because
Yes.
that's the last 15 of the hourly, and you can expect some volume coming in with that.
Yeah, and this would be, if I were to take this, I would TP here, and then I would leave a runner down. Now, what I was saying is, because of this happening, now the next time we see if news comes and we see price coming up and back above 1834.350, this is 350, 320, it's good enough to be honest. Anything that breaks yet again above this, there's a really high chance this is gonna just shoot up. Anything that breaks that threshold. That's me talking about like the higher time frames, because that's the limit that held the structure in the past. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, even 5. You count this one. So this is the zone that held the structure. Comes again here after this visit here, which we talked about it anyways. We said, hey, if 1822 holds, oh, I think Mini was asking me privately, but he's not here. I was telling him, just come here. Gonna show you why. Hey, thank you, Adele. So, but I was gonna say why 1822. This is the answer, because when price breaks the threshold, the next key level that held last time, that's the reference, the held last time price to continue coming up was this on the daily. So it is 1822. So 1822 is a massive important level if price really wants to continue going up. Now today we are messed up because news, because this now is a fake out, and now we don't really know if we should treat this as a breach officially that wants to continue going up. But I typically what I do is I go with the trend. So I would still keep my bearish bias. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
That makes
I
sense.
was. Yeah, man.
I would keep
Makes
it
a
there.
lot of sense.
So
Guys,
today
I'm gonna head out.
rejection with news
Just
should be nice sell.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Have-
I'm gonna just head out, bro. Just wanted to hop in, like, say hi, you know.
Yeah,
So
thank
yeah,
you, and thank you, Kerwin. I think today,
No
because
problem.
today we missed pretty much the move, and now we're at 11, which is when I typically end. If there's no if there's no but like if there's not nothing going on, we maybe could do like a FOMC stream,
Mhm.
and maybe we could just even share like live what's going on, even if we don't take a trade. I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys have time or if you're gonna do that on your own.
Yeah, let's see if I have if I'm around. Yeah, we can do that. I can I can send you the link to your WhatsApp. So if you want, you can share it with your boys, and we all can hop together.
Oh, okay. So if you want, and you're gonna do it, let me know, and I can actually stream if you don't care. Like if
Yeah.
you wanna do the FOMC, I can actually stream your Zoom.
Yeah. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. So
Yeah.
yeah, let's see. I have to head
Okay.
out now. So anyways, Joel, it was nice to see you again, brother. Take care.
Yeah, I'll
And
see you,
I will
brother.
catch you
Thank
later,
you.
bro.
Gracias por venir, brother.
De nada, hermano. Un
Pon
abrazo.
comida, pon comida.
Pan comido.
El pan comido.
Pan comido.
La freaking pan
I don't
comido.
even know what that means, bro. Like
Ah,
Sultan says it all the time.
easy work.
Yeah, that's one of those phrases that you're that doesn't make a lot of sense in English, and but they're actually like only in Spanish. Pan comido pretty much means good work or no, easy actually. It
Easy,
actually
easy
means
work.
easy. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
easy work.
It means
Uh,
it means eating bread.
Yeah,
You see, it doesn't make sense. It means
yeah,
literally
eating
means
bread.
eating
Yeah,
bread,
yeah,
bread
yeah.
like
oh, yeah.
from
But
hamburger.
now, did you teach that to minivans? Where, why minivans came out with that pan comido, pan comido? Sometimes they say pan
No,
comido.
like he keeps talking. I don't know who the
Bro,
hell
he
he's
don't
talking
even
to.
translate. He messages me in German, in Turkish, in every language, bro. You know, every language that I speak,
Yeah,
he
it's,
messages me in that language, bro. Guy's crazy, bro.
yeah,
Because I don't know where he's looking for those words because that word is like a movie word. Like you don't use that speaking Spanish. I don't know anybody in my life that really uses that phrase unless it is a movie.
yeah. Ah,
Yeah.
crazy,
From
man.
Narcos, bro, maybe.
Narcos, yeah. No,
Yeah.
So
Vamos, guys. Okay.
yeah.
I'm
Okay.
gonna head out. Take care.
Yeah, man.
If
Take
I
care.
have time, I join FOMC. But otherwise, see you tomorrow, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
I'll see
Have a
you
good
guys
one.
later. Thank you, Kevin, for being
No
here, bro.
problem, brother. It's a pleasure, man. Thanks
Let
for
me
sharing
know
the
and we
name.
can do the FOMC stream too.
Yeah, sounds good, Chi, man. If I'm around, I'll definitely, I will hop on. Okay.
Sure.
Take care, brother.
Take care. Okay, so today, like we said, I mean, even though even though we had this thing going on, it was tricky. The sell idea played out. I don't feel proud about the sell idea that I shared playing out just for one simple reason. Even though many people took it and won, the Discord group, the Telegram group, everywhere. Actually, even the Slack group. Anybody that took it and won, I'm not proud about it. If you didn't follow the rules that I literally said in the groups, and I didn't. I didn't remove it, which is remove it if there's news. It still played out, but there was news. So that was one condition for that sell limit not to happen. And if you won it, that was pure luck. I literally lost it because I put my sell stop loss was a little bit tighter because it really didn't. So just so you understand, if there was no news, Plies had no business, absolutely no business looking for this level. No business at all. It should never have crossed if it really wanted to reject this level, and I kept saying this is a reversal on the 1 hour. Look, it played out. Now, if it really wanted to reject on that sell limit idea that I shared, it should have never crossed the 1834.500 level. Never, ever. If it crossed, typically that would mean just coming up. It didn't. Now it did it because there was news, which is was it was literally one of the conditions that I said the idea is based upon the fact that there should not be news when it's coming to the zone. So anybody that won that freaking sell idea limit that I shared, keep in mind you shouldn't have been having that sell limit. Okay, should have been like removed. I kept it. I forgot to remove the freaking thing, and I was the creator of the strategy, and and I lost it because I had it tighter, and I noticed many people want it because I've been receiving two messages. Hey, what's nice sell idea, blah blah. It's yeah, it looks like a signal, literally because I literally give you the entry, the exit, and everything, but it's just based on the long and higher time frame, right? I do not feel so proud about it if you want it, because you were not supposed to be in it in the first place. That's all I can say, right? Now, I still made my profits based on the idea of this being a fake out, this being a rejection of the trend line, and there was another one coming down here from my um, broker, right? Now, this, what that means is this sell limit idea that I shared, even though I closed it like right here, still it is still valid, and this thing is still shit. Look, this is just pushing down, and anybody selling this should be having a nice time right now. Look, this is what we talked about. Oh, this is dropping. Oh, this is dropping for sure. So this one, actually, gonna sell this little piece here. What time is it? Yeah, sold this. Taking out this chunk here. I'm gonna call it a day here. I'm gonna take profits right here. Call it a day. Taking profits here. I'm done. That was a 2% entry. That was easy. Wow. It moved really fast. Now I'm on a nice profit for the day. There you go. So that was easy. You can leave it on. You can leave it all the way down to here. You can leave it. There you go. Now you can take profits. That's 20 pips. I took I took right there because I noticed it moved really fast, and that's just extra profits for me. I already had the profits from up there. Anyways, now we have an official trade that we won live. But my point is, just always go with the higher time frame. It's all I can say, right? Just skip it with the higher time frame. Don't try to be a hero. Don't try to counter trend if it doesn't make sense. Like I said, this sell from here, it goes with the higher time frame. 4 hour just flipped. I think, yeah, it did. It did flip. Did it flip? Let me see. Mm, it did, right? Now, I did say this is just a continuation, so this is still not a flip, but the 1 hour officially flipped. And we are definitely below the 1822. And look, what did we say when Kerwin was here? Anything, what did we say? Anything that breaks below this is gonna fall. Why did I say that? Because it doesn't make sense price to come here and flip back again. It's just a probabilities game, right? And what did I say? Anything that breaks below this 15 is gonna go down. Literally, what I did right now was based on that idea. And that's how you should see price every single time. You should see price as a probabilities based game, and you want the probabilities on your favor, but it has to make sense, right? The levels have to make sense. The entry has to make sense. It cannot be emotional. It cannot be FOMO. Like if I would have entered here FOMOing and this was like a scalp and the stop loss was like here, I would have been screwed up by this. No, it has to make sense. No, now I have a support. This is not a confirmed support. This is just a small support because it's only one candle looking up. What did we say at the beginning of the stream? You want two 15-minute candles looking the same way before you confirm a support, right? Now, we don't have that. What that means is this is maybe a continuation. Now, the moment we break below this, we can go in. Literally, what I just did, that's exactly what I just did. Now, if we flip this and close back above here for later for FOMC, man, this could play out really nicely, right? We could have the setup from here. See, I just want this from here. Oh, this was drawn before, right? This was the one that I drawn when I was when we were talking. Why do I have this here? Doesn't matter. Let's say that because I already want it. So whatever we reject from here, come back here, reject again. Today we have a nice, pretty much given nice sales. So price most likely is gonna fake a lot of people. Now, if you wanna buy for certain, by the way, anything that breaks this fake out is gone. Anything that breaks this fake out, 90% chance is gonna go. So anything that breaks, literally, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna end this stream with this. If you have a break of this, hopefully not with the news. If it happens with the news, it's a little bit tricky. But even with the news, this is so powerful because this is a fake out that if it breaks even with the news, I still think this is gonna go up here. This 57 pips, 57 pips. Just so you know. Okay, so I wouldn't go for it with the news. But if you see this breaking after the okay, so this is easier. If you see the news doing this, coming up here, coming back, it's gonna do some pullbacks, deep pullbacks all the way, right? The moment you do this with the news, half an hour half goes by, and you see this breaking, you can literally buy this with a buy stop. Probabilities of this breaking this and rejecting again are really really low. There are 90% chance the moment you break above this without news, after the news, like let's say half an hour after the FOMC, we go up. I'm gonna even leave it there because maybe if we do the FOMC stream, that's gonna be one of my entries. Now if that makes sense. Okay, everybody, I think what time is it? Yeah, it is time for me to go. It is 11. Give a like if you like the stream. We keep doing this Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, typically around NYSC after Raja stream. And yeah, and we had the Goldfather here, Kerwin, which was blessing us with his insight. So I hope you guys have a nice rest of the day. Keep it tight. Do not overtrade. If you lost, call it a day. Trust me, that's how I pretty much lost all of my money before. Overtrading. Do not overtrade. Wait for a better setup that makes sense to you. And I hopefully, if I don't see you by FOMC, then I'll see you. If you speak Spanish, you can go to the Spanish channel. You have in the description below the Spanish channel. I actually speak Spanglish, meaning if you speak English, you ask me in English, I'm still gonna answer you in English. So the other channel is in the description, but it's mainly Spanish. So I'm gonna stream tomorrow there. I stream Spanish Mondays and Wednesdays, and English Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. So that's it, guys. Have a nice one. Yeah, thank you, Mohammed. Thank you, Anchor Born. Yeah, hopefully we do the FOMC. Let's see where are we with that. I'm gonna try to let everybody know on Instagram too before, ahead of time. So have a nice one, everybody. Oh, I have people here. Oh, sorry, Adele. Yeah, Adele already left. Mora, you said, my brother. Yeah, no problem. See you. Bye bye, Adam. Bye, people.